Okay, guys, in the new episode of Denim and Leather Podcast, we have a new guest. First time, I mean, we just met Thalia Bellazecca from Primal Fear as a new guitar player of Primal Fear, from Frozen Crown, from Angus McSix, and a bunch of other projects. Thank you for joining, Thalia.
Thanks to you for inviting me. It's a pleasure.
Of course, we couldn't miss the opportunity to talk to you because you have great news. But before the great news, I wanted to ask you first your musical career from like a little kid until now. First, tell me, you're half Italian, half Cuban, right?
Yeah.
Where were you born? In Italy?
Yeah, I was born and raised here in Italy. My dad is Italian and my mom is from Cuba, from La Habana.
Aha, okay.
Yeah.
You're in Italy from which city are you?
Near Como, in the north.
Oh, near Lake Como. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I know the area because we are pretty close.
That's true.
Yeah. How did you start with music? How young?
I was 8 when I started playing guitar, when I started actually learning the instrument, thanks to my parents. It's a fun story because I was like listening to MTV music thanks to them, and there was like Dire Straits, Pink Floyd, that I don't remember exactly, unfortunately, and I was jumping on the sofa pretending to play, and my parents were like, okay, maybe it's something that you could like, so let's try with the guitar, and that's how I started actually.
Also, your parents were into rock music. Also, my parents were into rock, and that's how I got into it.
No way, that's so cool actually. Nice.
Yes,
Yeah.
same. Yeah, I'm a drummer. My father was also a drummer, so connections. I read that you were pretty much influenced by Queen and Deep Purple. You said in a biography. It's like your first band that you listened to, or?
Yeah, because my dad was and is still the one into rock, more like alternative rock music, and he is a huge fan of Pink Floyd, Deep Purple, U2, so I started listening to these bands, especially thanks to him, actually. Then I discovered metal and all the other bands, but that happened by myself actually, because I was looking for more like heavier kind of sound, and I was like, okay, Megadeth sounds cool, Anthrax, Slayer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, of course, but Deep Purple are also pretty for the 70s are pretty heavy. You know, they're like, they call them the pioneers of heavy metal.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
Also Brian May have some from Queen have a lot of pretty heavy riffs. You know, when you listen to the for example that riff from Innuendo and the half of the song. You know,
that's true. Yeah, you're right.
Or the Bohemian Rhapsody, the first thing. It's amazing. So how did you get into metal? Who were your first metal guitar heroes? You know?
Yeah, like I started listening to metal thanks to my first teacher ever, because I was taking lesson in this private school here in my town, and I was asking him, I would like to try something more heavy, more kind of aggressive, but I was a kid, so I didn't know anything. And he was like, yeah, then let's try it with Megadeth. You can learn or Tornado Souls or Lucretia, it's up to you. And then from there, I discovered Megadeth. I was in love with Mustaine and Marty Friedman. Then I discovered Angra, so Key Colorero came up as one of my guitar heroes. Then it's not thrash metal, but I discovered Joe Satriani, that is my biggest idol guitar-wise. So I discovered Megadeth, Angra, Judas Priest as well, but Satriani and Lorero are my biggest idols.
Wow, great. Which lineup from Megadeth do you like the best? You mentioned Marty Friedman. I like that lineup the best. Marty Friedman and the Nick Menza on drums, and Dave and David. Yeah, best lineup for me. Yeah.
Same for me, really. I'm so sad that I never saw that lineup in my life because I was too young, unfortunately.
Yeah, I was also too young for that lineup. I saw Megadeth 2 or 3 times in my life, but it was after 2000s, you know.
Yeah. Like also the recent lineup with Kiko is really good because I just love how Kiko plays, and that lineup was really amazing.
Yeah,
I
it
would,
was. He
yeah.
he had to go, right? He's not no longer the band.
No, he left the band 1 year ago because he wanted to focus more on his family and his solo career. So makes sense, actually.
Yeah. So when did you start playing in bands and on a stage in clubs? You know, it was pretty young.
Yeah, like I was, I think 16, 17 when I started playing around like in tiny venues with my first cover band when I was a teenager. And then I started with proper bands like Frozen Crown, and then like my actual tribute band, the Italia Women Tribute one, where I
Yeah.
still play now. So yeah, I was pretty young actually. It's almost 10 years that I do this. Yeah.
So Frozen Crown were a band before you enter in Frozen Crown, or? Yeah.
Yeah, I had a cover band before Frozen Crown, but I
Yeah.
did like 2 shows with them and in
Yeah.
super small venues. Like maybe I have some pictures somewhere, but
Yeah.
it's really old stuff.
But Frozen Crown became a much known band these past few years. Yeah.
Yeah. I was part of the band. Like I entered the band and it was like September of 2017. We started going around in 2018. Then the last tour was like February 2020. Then COVID came, and I left the band in November 2020.
So you had a few tours with them and some album recordings or something?
Yeah, we toured together like with Elven King, supporting Elven King in 2019, I think.
Okay.
Yeah, and supporting Dragon Force before COVID came up, so February 2020. I recorded just a tiny solo in the first album, and the second album I was there, but I didn't record anything there.
Oh, okay. Okay, so so after that you left, and I see that that you were endorsed by ESP in 2020. I read that that you had an endorsement, and after that you right after that you went into Exilium, a folk metal band, right?
Yeah.
Are you still playing with them?
No, I left the band Exilium last year, like summer, but the guys did announcement just like 1 month ago, I think.
Okay.
Because I was having 3 bands plus
Yeah.
working as an online job as a teacher. I was really struggling with time management and going on tour with Angus. We were doing a lot of shows outside Italy, plus the tribute band.
Yeah.
I couldn't keep up with everything, and then I had to choose where to stay and what to
But
do.
you did have also tours with them, right?
We did some shows, not actual tours, but we played.
Okay.
Yeah, a bit here in Italy.
What with that female tribute, Italy tribute band? How do you work with that band? What do you guys play with that band?
Yeah, like I joined that band like in 2018.
Okay.
And we are literally a tribute band. So we are just all girls, a female tribute band dedicated to the Italian female voices. So like pop music, but everything is rearranged as a hard rock kind of style. So the classic Italian songs, but everything is played in a hard rock version. And we are doing a lot of shows like every summer. Like this summer we started in May, and we will be done like in the end of October actually.
Wow.
Yeah.
So you're quite big in Italy with that band. I mean, that band is local or travels around whole Italy?
It travels around Italy actually. Like we play mostly here in the north, but we went also in the south and in the center. So we are known.
So you play famous songs from the 70s, 80s of female Italy singers. Yeah, Italian singers.
Yeah, exactly. Like it's a chronological kind of show because we start from the 80s, 70s until we arrive at the days of like nowadays.
Yeah.
So we play the classics and the actual songs that are famous now.
Wow, that sounds interesting because it's done in a harder, heavier stuff, right?
Yeah, exactly.
It sounds great.
Thank you.
That asks for a real great singer. I suppose you have a great singer, maybe. Yeah.
Yeah. Our singer is amazing. Like she's really, really good, an amazing person as everybody in the band. She's really good at singing, and she's doing great on stage. Totally.
Do you also sing? I saw you sing a little bit with some bands.
Yeah, like I do the backing vocals, both in the tribute band and also in Angus. I do the backing vocals.
But do you sing like for yourself for some music that you do?
No.
Like recording some songs that you like sketches, like demo versions. Yeah, you do that.
Actually, no, I don't see myself. I don't consider myself as a singer, even if I like to sing. But I don't consider myself as a singer. Like what I have in mind for like a solo project is more like instrumental albums, like the Guitarist does, like Satriani, Steve Vai, and the Demons do. So it's more that.
Then do you maybe plan on doing some solo album?
Yeah, like it's a dream I had since I started playing. I don't know when I will do that, when I will have the time to focus, especially on that, because one thing is working with bands, so you work with 5 or 4 more people.
Yeah.
One thing is just you, your ideas, and yourself. So, but I'm planning on doing that too.
Yeah, maybe instrumental, but maybe somewhere you can get some guest vocal, right?
Yeah, also maybe 1 or 2 songs. Why not? Yeah, totally.
Yeah. Recently, you got as a guitarist in the power metal Titans Primal Fear, which I saw this summer, right before you entered the band. Yeah, I saw them in July.
In July, where actually?
In Bulgaria.
Bulgaria.
I went there for a festival.
Yeah.
And it was a huge festival with Saxon and with
Wow.
Dino Jelusic was playing.
Yeah.
It was Accept and the Deep Purple. And it was
awesome.
It was also Rhapsody of Fire, Italians.
Oh, nice!
Yeah,
Crazy.
they were playing.
What a lineup!
Yeah, great lineup, and Primal Fear kicked ass. It was it was a great show because I loved them since the early 2000s, but I never saw them. So I'm very glad that you're in that band. You know, how was that experience? How did you get in touch with them, and how did you enter the band?
Yeah, like me and Ralph started to following each other on Instagram. It was like November of last year, but we actually never talked. We never met. He was here in Italy in July playing like few songs with Gamma Ray here in a festival called Lupolo e Rock. And he was here as a guest. Actually, I wasn't planning to go backstage at all for meeting the band because I don't like to annoy the musicians after the show, because I also know that you're tired, you want to be by yourself and chill. But I ended up there and I met Ralph in person, so we talked about random stuff. We just met each other, talked about music and just normal things. And some weeks after, he was just asking me if he could call me for offering me something, and the offer was, we are changing the lineup of Primal Fear. We think you could be a good fit for the band. You play well, you're a good person, you have a nice stage presence. So if it's good for you, we would love to have you in the band. And I was totally shocked actually for this proposal, and I just accepted like a few days after, because I wanted to think about it. I was on holiday, then I had the show to play with my tribute band. It was shocking. I had to talk with the guys of Angus as well for not having problems with both schedules, and then I was like, okay, it's perfect for me.
Yeah. Because you maybe will have some tight schedule with the. I guess they tour a lot. Primal Fear are quite a famous band around the world.
Yeah, totally.
So it was a blessed you entering there, and I saw the news because I know your Angus McSix band, and I know Frozen Crown from before, but I never followed you like personally you, and this was like the time when I got aware of who you are, and and what you do when you entered Primal Fear.
Awesome.
And I'm very glad that they have a great guitar player now.
Thank
Uh,
you.
so okay, that will be you're recording, I think, a new album with them, right?
Yeah. We're
You already
working on a new album.
you guys already started because I follow Ralph. I also talked to him a bit over the email because he will be a guest on my show, but not now.
Nice.
He's very he has a lot of things to do now, and he told me in a few months maybe.
Yeah,
Uh,
sure.
but but I know that he posts a lot about the new record that they're doing and stuff. So you're playing on the record, right?
Yeah. I will record guitars together with Magnus as well, because now
Yeah.
bass is getting recorded, lyrics as well, then guitars and drums too.
Yeah, that is incredible. That is incredible.
Yeah.
I had a guest, by the way. My first guest on the show was a band from Romania, Scarlet Aura. I don't know if you don't know them, but
Okay,
Ralph.
yeah.
Yeah, but Ralph played with them. He had a song with them. He was like a guest of one song of
Nice.
Scarlet Aura.
Awesome.
Yeah. Also female singer in Scarlet Aura. She's a friend.
Hell yeah, nice.
Yeah. So okay, tell me please more about the Angus McSix band because I've seen. I know that I've seen them a couple of videos a couple of times in the past years or something. They released for Napalm, I think, right? You
Yeah.
guys released for Napalm.
Yeah.
How did you enter that band, or it's a project that you done together with them?
They asked me to be part of the band because it's actually a new project. It's alive since 2022.
Couple years ago, right?
Yeah, exactly. A couple of years. They asked me to join the band. I was getting a message on Facebook actually from Tom. And I was super lucky because his message went to the spam folder, and that day I decided to check my spam folder and I saw his message. He was super lucky actually. And I joined the band. It's an idea mainly of Sebastian, the producer and singer of Ordenogan, with Tom, of course, but mainly is Sebastian. And then in 2023, so last year, we started touring, playing shows, festivals, and we will be back actually in February of 2025 now. Yeah.
You guys have interesting concept and choreography and everything. It's
Yeah.
it's very power metal. It's like
Yeah. It's really fantasy power metal, like
fantasy, little bit Middle Ages, something like that.
Yeah.
Interesting concept. It was. I was young back in. I mean, I was a teenager, late '90s and early 2000s when the power metal was on its peak. Rhapsody were there. Labyrinth and all the great power metal bands were like killing it. Hammerfall and
amazing. Really.
Yeah, it was a very very great scene in the power metal. Yeah,
really, the golden age of power metal. Totally.
Yeah, it was the golden age. Yeah, I see it's coming back a little bit. People like power metal.
Yeah, that's true. Totally, I'm so happy about it because. Like you have two versions of the power metal, like the kind of more of the serious one where the musicians are more serious, like dressed properly normally, and you have the fun part like Twilight Force, Angus, Glory Hammer, where everybody's just dressed as something and it's so fun to see.
Yeah. I love Italian musicians. I like Luca Turilli and I don't know Alessandro Del Vecchio, if you know.
Yeah, sure.
Alessandro is also from North Italy, close to you,
That's
maybe.
true. Yeah, I think Milan or something. This
yes, some smaller village or something close to Milano. He was a guest at my show. We know each other.
Cool.
Yeah, and I love a lot of the musicians from Italy. A lot, you know.
Awesome.
So you guys are great musicians.
Thank you.
Especially for metal. By the way, I like also the Italian folk music. So
yeah. Really, there are so many cool folk metal bands from Italy. That's true.
Yeah, really. Not only folk metal, but also folk. You know.
Yeah, the pure folk. Yeah, I agree. Totally.
Yeah. Well, so you guys gonna tour a lot with Angus McSix and Primal Fear, or you don't know the schedule yet?
I know some shows that will happen for sure. Like Angus now has this tour in February. It will be just weekends, just in Germany, but still it's a tour that will be in the entire month of February, plus some festivals in summer that I still don't know, unfortunately, but it's going to happen something there as well. Yeah. Same for Primal Fear, because the first show is in May. That festival is already announced. Always in Germany, because mostly it's just Germany. I'm really happy about it because I love to play in Germany, but I would love to play even somewhere else actually, but time to time it will come. Some more shows are going to get released also for summer, like another one here in Italy is already released, plus more stuff incoming for 2025 for sure.
You mentioned you're a guitar teacher, right?
Yeah.
How is that going for you? It's do you usually make it online, or do you make it also personally, like physical?
Yeah, I started online like 2 years ago because it was the fastest way for me, especially for reaching out foreigner students that are not only Italian and just speaking in Italian. Yeah. So that is going really good. I'm actually pretty happy with this because it's just fun to meet up with the different people from different countries. Yes. Sometimes it's hard with the time zone, but still I can still manage to work with everybody from USA, Australia, China. I had a girl from China. It was really nice as well. And just like 2 weeks ago, I started also in a school here closer to my town, and I will start properly actually tomorrow because I have my first 2 students there, and I'm pretty happy about that as well.
So you're starting like not only online, right? Like
yeah, I'm keeping the online, but I'm also starting physically. Yeah. I'm keeping both.
Yeah, that's great. That's great. I think it's very important I see that a lot of the guitarists from Instagram and stuff, they have courses and they have a lot of talents that come to play, to learn from them. Yeah, I mean, a lot of the guitar players that I know.
Yeah, that's cool.
Even the ones that are already big names in the metal, you know, they also have a lot of courses.
That's true. Yeah. For them, it's way more easy to plan courses than just do one.
Yeah, when I was a kid, I remember there used to be, because it was before internet, there used to be video VHS, right?
Yeah.
So VHS tapes, and guitarists were listening VHS tapes with courses, you know.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, and you can buy it for, I don't know, $20-$30 or marks or euros, and then you learn at home, you know.
That's so nice, actually.
Yeah, it's the same thing. It's the same thing.
Yeah, basically, yeah, that's true.
Yeah. So I wanted to ask you about, maybe you're interested in the record industry. Is there benefits of the record industry to release CDs, vinyls and stuff, or maybe only digital? What are your thoughts on that?
Yeah, like there's still, of course, a big industry behind like vinyls, CDs and stuff, because I noticed that also with talking with other musicians that are bigger than me as age and career, that nowadays a musician just let's say gets paid literally with touring and selling CDs and merchandise or T-shirts or hoodies or whatsoever. And I actually noticed that fans love to have the physical CD or the physical vinyl, especially the vinyl, because it's way more cool because you have all the colors and the pictures inside. You can get it signed. Same for the shirt and stuff like that. So there's still a huge business and a huge industry behind that. Of course, the online version is just comfy because you open Spotify or Deezer or whatever for listening to it. You're in the car, and nowadays the cars don't have the CD player anymore, so you just plug Spotify and you're done. But it's always, also for me, it's always nice to have the physical CD at home or having the vinyl.
Yeah, so, I had a guest. I had as a guest Jen Majura, you know, the guitar player.
Yeah.
That played in Evanescence, Jen Majura.
Mm-hmm.
So she told me about the same question about the albums. She was like, you know, kids nowadays, they don't listen to full albums. They're just skip. The skip button is too easy, you know, and they don't know the experience of opening a booklet or opening an album and listening and reading all the lyrics and stuff, you know. It was it is an experience.
Yeah. It's just a full story that you're listening to. Yeah. It's like a journey in the end if you start an album from the beginning and until the end.
Like a movie. Yeah,
exactly.
Like full art.
Yeah, totally agree. That's true.
Yeah. Want to ask you, what are your future plans? Maybe long-term or short-term plans, Thalia?
Yeah, I just would like to keep on going in this direction. So always living with music as I'm doing now. It's a struggle, of course, especially now that I'm still young and just actually properly starting. But I'm really happy about how my life is going now. So I just would like to keep it as it is now. So working with Primal Fear, Angus, working with bands, touring, going to festivals, playing shows, meeting new people, fans, musicians, keep on teaching because years ago I was always saying I don't like teaching, I don't have the patience for teaching, but as soon as I started I really like it. I love to share my passion and to share what I know even if I'm still pretty young. So I would love to keep this ongoing and maybe releasing a solo album. I hope in the future before I turn 30 maybe, but let's see if I can do that.
Yeah, you mentioned to me that you also like graphic design, so...
Yeah, that's true. Also that's true. Yeah. I just started learning graphic design 1 year ago. Still have to finish my studies about that. So programs and how to manage everything.
Also drawing maybe or no?
Yeah. I always drew when I was a kid. I still do it now. So awesome. I would love to start also that career slowly together with music. I don't know if I can keep up with everything, but I'll try because I would love that.
It's because it's all art. It goes one with the other, you know.
That's true.
You cannot draw without listening to music in the background, you know. So it goes like an inspiration.
Totally true.
So also the designs, when you make a graphic design, it goes well with inspiration from. Maybe you will do the cover art of some of your albums, you know. It's
Yeah, that's what I thought as well when I started learning graphic design. Like maybe I'll end up doing some logos or graphics for an album, a vinyl. That would be so cool.
Yeah, I have a band for almost 25 years, and we released a few albums and a vinyl and everything, and I did all the designs, you know.
Awesome, nice.
It was amazing. That experience is amazing when you see your design on a vinyl, you know.
Yeah. I totally get it. Like you're super satisfied. So.
Yeah, you will see someday. It will be awesome.
Yeah, thank you.
Okay, Thalia, we had a great talk. We can finish up, and thank you so much for accepting the offer of Denim and Leather Podcast. And I wish you all the best in your future endeavors and plays and tours and albums and everything.
Thank you so much, really, for inviting me, for the nice words. Wish you the best to you too, really.
Thanks to you. Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye bye.
Bye bye.